Okay, so today we are ready to work on block number 23, which is this one, and we are going to create like a honeycomb effect piece, and it is an amazing one. I have used that kind of stuff quite a few times. It is the honeycomb. It is a lot of fun. Personally, I always enjoyed it, and it is very 3D. Now, the only thing that I was not familiar with are these abbreviations. Yes, because in the UK we have different ones. So instead of this, we would be using 4CB, which means 4 cable to the back. And here we would use 4CF. So it's just for me a thing that I have to learn. Just some new terminology. Okay, so let's review these terminologies. 2/2 right cross. So I am going to refer to that when we work on this piece as right cross rather than 2/2. I'm just going to call it right cross. And there is 2/2 left cross, which I will refer to it as left cross. So really what it is we're going to do some cables, and here I put a note. So this is where we're going to hold the cable needle. When we work on the right cross, we will hold the cable needle at the back. And when we will work on the left cross, we will hold the cable needle at the front. So this block is an 8-row repeat. I've got my notes here. 8-row repeat. But the first row and all the wrong side rows are purl. And you are going to start your first row on this side, which is purl. This is what the work looks like on the wrong side. You see? And this is the right side. And as you can see, this is very 3D and very magical and fun. I absolutely love it, honestly. So I did make quite a few blankets with that, and I've always enjoyed it. So you will start with row 1. And I will work row 2 with you. So get your row 1, and when you're ready to work on the next row, row 2, I will meet you here and we can get started, okay? Okay, so before we actually get started on row number 2, I want to try and explain a little bit about the crosses. So the right cross, when we work on the cross, I will zoom in a little bit. It will shape this one here, where you are going to the right. And when you're going to do the left cross, it's because you're going to the left. You see, you're creating this kind of shape. So this is the right cross, and this is the left cross. I thought it would be worth mentioning, because if you're wondering what is right or left, so this one here is the right cross and this one is the left cross. You see, it is just amazing, this stitch, isn't it? I absolutely love it. Look. Yes, love it. Okay, we are ready to start on row 2, and you will need your cable needle. So make sure that it is made available to use with you at all times. So row number 2. We are going to start by knitting the first stitch. I wish I'd gotten my work ready, because this should be on a cable needle. You're going to hear that quite a bit, I'm afraid. So I will try to not do that as much. Okay, so let's zoom in. So the first stitch is we're going to knit it. And then we're going to start our repeat. So now you need your cable needle until almost the very last stitch. In fact, you will need it until the last stitch. Okay, so we are going to start with a right cross. And what that means is that you're going to slip the next 2 stitches onto a cable needle. 1 and 2. And you're going to hold this at the back of your work. And you're going to knit the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. And then you will knit your 2 stitches that are on the cable needle. So I like to transfer my stitches onto the needle here, but of course you don't have to. So let's knit these 2 stitches from the cable needle. I'm sorry I went off camera there. I am so sorry. I will be more careful in future. Okay. You know what's putting me off is that I can't put my cable needle anywhere. There it is. Okay, so next what we need to do is left cross. So you're going to get your cable needle again, slip the next 2 stitches onto it, and now you're going to hold the stitches at the front. And you're going to knit the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and now you're going to knit the 2 stitches from the cable needle. 1 and 2. I don't know if you can see what we're doing. See, we are basically doing this bit here. So let's do this once again. We are going to do a right cross, and that is you're going to have to slip the next 2 stitches onto the cable needle and hold the stitches at the back, and you're going to knit the next 2 stitches from this needle. 1 and 2. And now you're going to grab the next 2 stitches from the cable needle and simply knit them. So 1 and 2. And next we're going to do a right cross. No, sorry, we're doing a left cross. I do beg your pardon. I got lost there for a moment. So you're going to put the next 2 stitches onto the cable needle, and you're going to hold the stitches to the front, just like so. And you're going to knit the next 2 stitches from your normal needle. 1 and 2. And now you're going to grab the next 2 stitches from your cable needle and knit these 2. So it's not easy when you're working from a needle. 1 and 2. You know, onto the desk, because it keeps hitting the desk. It's so annoying. Right, I'm going to do that repeat one more time with you. You can see it's forming, can't you? Just like so here. Okay, so let's do that one more time. We're going to do a series of 2 cables once again. So we're going to do a right cross, slip your 2 stitches onto cable needle, and you're going to put these 2 stitches at the back of your work, and you're going to knit the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And now you're going to grab the 2 stitches from your cable needle and you're going to knit these 2. So 1 and 2. then we're going to do a left cross. So you're going to slip these 2 stitches onto a cable needle and hold it to the front of your work. And you're going to knit the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and knit the 2 stitches from your cable needle. So 1 and 2. So far this is what we have, you see? So you are going to carry this on until the end of the row, and at the end of the row you will have 1 stitch left. I will join you there. Okay, so we are at the end of the row and I've got my 1 stitch left. So I'm simply going to knit it, and so are you. This concludes row number 2. So now I'm going to work with my cable needle because it will be easier for camera. So row number 3, you are going to purl every single stitch. I had to change yarn ball here. See, I was running out. So, okay. So on row 3, you are going to purl all the stitches. So let's do a few stitches and then I will carry on and I will meet you for row number 4. Alright, see? You just purl every single stitch until you reach the end of the row. So I will carry on and I will meet you in a moment or 2. Row number 4 is very simple. Once again, we are simply going to knit every single stitch of the row. So let's do that. Stitch every single stitch. So I will let you carry on and I will meet you for row number 5. Row number 5, we are simply going to purl every single stitch. So let's do this. I will carry on my row and I will meet you for row number 6, where you will need your cable needle once again. So let's carry on and I'll meet you in a moment. And we are ready to work on row number 6. So now you need your cable needle available. So we are going to start by knitting the very first stitch. There we are. And now you need to grab your cable needle. So we are going to start the repeat, which is going to be a succession of cables once again. So we're going to start with a left cross. And the left cross, you're going to slip your next 2 stitches onto the cable needle. And you're going to hold the stitches at the front of your work. And now you're going to knit the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. And now you need to grab the stitches from the cable needle and knit them. So 1 and 2. And now we're going to do a right cross. So you're going to slip your next 2 stitches and hold the stitches at the back of your work this time. You're going to knit the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. And now you're going to grab the 2 stitches from your cable needle and you are simply going to knit them. 1 and 2. And that is the repeat until the end of the row. Let's do this one more time. So we're going to do a left cross. So you slip the next 2 stitches onto the cable needle and hold the stitches at the back of your work. Sorry, at the front of your work. I'm getting confused here because I'm looking at my notes. So a left cross, you will hold the 2 stitches at the front of your work, and you are going to knit the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And now you're going to grab the 2 stitches and you're going to knit them. 1 and 2. And now we're going to do a right cross. So you're going to put the 2 stitches here onto a cable needle and hold the stitches at the back of your work. And you're going to knit the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and grab the 2 stitches on your cable needle and you're simply going to knit them. 1 and 2. This is how it looks. Shall we do this repeat one more time? So, we are going to do a left cross. So you're going to slip the next 2 stitches onto the cable needle and you're going to hold the stitches at the front of your work and you're going to knit the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And now you will grab the next 2 stitches from your cable needle and you are going to knit them. 1 and 2. And now we're going to do a right cross. So you slip your next 2 stitches onto the cable needle and this time you will hold the stitches at the back of your work and you will knit the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And grab your stitches from the cable needle and simply knit them. 1 and 2. And this is what our work looks like. So I'm going to let you finish this row until you have 1 stitch left. And I will be back to tell you what to do next. We are now at the end of row 6 and you've got 1 stitch left, so you just have to knit it. And now we are ready to start on row number 7. And row number 7 is you are simply going to purl every single stitch. So I will let you carry on row number 7 and I will be back in a moment to show you row number 8. So see you in a minute. And finally, row number 8 is very easy. You're simply going to knit every single stitch to the end of the row. So I will let you do that and I'll meet you when I'm finished with row number 8 and I will show you how my block looks. So see you in a little moment. Okay, so I have done now the 8th row. So all the 8 row repeat is completed. And so you have achieved quite a bit by now. So you will need to repeat rows 1 to 8 until your piece measures about 9.5 inches. And I am now done. So when you can count how many repeats you've done, this is 1, you see, because you've got 8 row repeat and 1 little hole like that is 4 rows. So 1, you see 1 repeat here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can't see it here, but you've done 6. So you'll have 12 of those like that. Well, this is for me. It could be more or it could be less for you. I don't know. But either way, this is the end of block number 23. When you've finished all your repeats, you just have to go to the next row and bind off all your stitches. And that's it. This is the end of block number 23. I absolutely look forward to seeing yours. So please send me a picture very soon. Okay, so talk very shortly, I have no doubt. And there we are.